Hello and welcome back to another video by the Lesfm. I am Sarah and I apologise for my voice today. We have a bit of a cold. Today we are doing another book review. The book we will be looking at is You're Worth It by Shelia Walsh. This review is based upon our own experience with the book and others' thoughts will differ. As always, we have left the details for You're Worth It in the description below. Let's get into it. You're Worth It is a book that we picked up at the beginning of our YouTube days. We bought it with the hope that it would help us form our thoughts on one of our videos. We were not sure what we would find in this book, so we began to read with an open mind. You're Worth It is a small book, smaller than an A5 piece of paper. The print is a reasonable size and the book is only 95 pages. The book has 9 chapters exploring who we are and how God views us. I should mention this book is written by a woman for women. The key points are also applicable to men, but it is written with women in mind. The first chapter has a look at what each of us has, the secrets we have and the presentation that we give other people. The second chapter reminds us that God is vividly aware of our story and there isn't a detail that he does not know. We are reminded that he loves us deeply, knowing us intimately. The third chapter looks at the fear we experience with rejection. Whilst we may and do experience rejection from the people around us, God does not reject us. Unfortunately, Christians fail in this area and drive people away from God because we decide to reject people. We need to do better. Rant over. Chapter 4 looks at how we receive God's love. We are reminded that God's love is unconditional and is not dependent upon us. The love we receive is based upon God and is his gift to us. Chapter 5 is looking at forgiveness. We are reminded that we are forgiven. We are also encouraged to pursue forgiving the people who have hurt us. Ms. Walsh highlights that this is not necessarily within our power, and forgiving someone does require God's intervention. Chapter 6 looks at how the past follows us into the present and the future. We are encouraged to lean on God in this challenge. Chapter 7 looks at the expectations we can place on the world and what we feel when these expectations are not met. Chapter 8 looks at the future. What our future holds, Ms. Walsh calls a storm. We are encouraged to look at where our anchor is and encouraged to shift our anchor to be within Christ. Finally, chapter 9 looks into the next life and the salvation that we have with Jesus. This book is a small, light and well written. It provides a clear insight into what we are worth in the eyes of God. This book is very clear with its points and points back to God's word. We are reminded that God placed so much value on our lives that he made the ultimate sacrifice for us. I will put a trigger warning on this book. Ms. Walsh does briefly talk about her childhood trauma without many details. It comes up a couple of times within the book to illustrate some points. I give this book a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it helps you make a decision as to whether this will be a good resource for you. Please remember that if you do read the book, to read with a grain of salt. Feel free to have a look at the other books within this playlist. We have read each one and collated our thoughts upon it. Thank you again for watching. Please remember that you are loved by the incredible God of the universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!